Undoubtedly, even if boxing titles aren't your thing, and after playing literally any of the other Game Boy ones so far, it definitely isn't mine, you'll have at least heard of the late 90s PlayStation, Dreamcast, and whatever else title Ready to Rumble. The unashamed Michael Buffer licensed his famous catchphrase to the pugilism simulator, presumably because in 1999 the WCW money had dried up, and was probably one of the reasons the original game did so well, despite never being anything more than decent. Unfortunately, we've seen time and again that even outstanding sports titles have a really hard time making the leap to handheld. Never more so than with boxing, probably. Remember George Foreman's KO boxing? More brutal than 12 rounds with the man himself. And as I expected, it's literally no different here. While the first game had a Game Boy Color port, which I'm not looking forward to reaching, gotta be honest, the GBA got round 2. That one I've never yet played on any of the home consoles, but I doubt it matters much, as this version is just a dreadful rendition. You'll pick from a bunch of different fighters. They're all there from Afro Thunder to Mamature, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses, the typical stuff you'd expect from any fighting game. Play an exhibition fight if you want, but really the attraction, I suppose, is in the story mode. Here you're given a calendar where each week you'll either train, compete in a prize fight, i.e. for money, or a championship fight. Training allows you to improve your stats by playing little mini-games. These typically involve pressing the correct inputs at the correct times to punch or dodge targets, or perform the correct series of moves on a heavy bag, that sort of thing. There are several normal ones that you immediately have access to that don't cost anything to train on, and will improve your stats by a small percentage that increases the better you do on them. You don't get many chances to mess up, botch it straight away and you've wasted a week without any improvement. Later on there are ones you can buy, you can't afford them at first, and even some vitamins that give you a massive chunk of stat ups without having to even train. That's all well and good. An improvement arc is always nice to have in a story mode. None of it's particularly fun. The mini-games are actually quite boring, to be honest, but it's there and it'd be a shame if it wasn't. The main issue with this title is the actual boxing bit, which, to put it bluntly, is just bloody rubbish. I mean, let's be honest, the AI in this game is embarrassingly bad. Don't get me wrong, it's never been amazing in any Ready to Rumble game. In the older console versions, for instance, the go-to strategy was just spamming combos until the fight was over. Now though, it's somehow even worse. All you really have to do is land an uppercut or a similar heavy hit, then block until the opponent gasses out, and you're already on your way to spelling out Rumble, which is essentially your power gauge. Fill this up to unlock your special moves and combos. It's mindless, yeah, cheap, and basically works every time, and once you know this, it's hard to really play any other way, especially because the natural instinct to be quite attacking and mash buttons will just result in you getting your face staved in. Playing this game the way you'd usually play a boxing game just doesn't ever feel natural. Button presses don't match up well with punches thrown, there's always this off-putting delay, and moving your fighter around the ring is clunky and never fast enough to be comfortable. The controls, full stop, needed a ton more work. It's as if this was a first try at it that never got looked at again. Let's move on, because the crap controls and naff AI ruin any depth the game tries to instill, which isn't much to begin with. The graphics as well are really quite poor for the Game Boy Advance. It was capable of way more than this. The sound works fairly well, but then that should be the least of the things you're looking for in a fun sports or fighting game. Ready to Rumble, Rumble's Revenge, or whatever it's called, is just trash. Avoid like the plague.